Welcome to the Quirky's UM channel where we will be discussing on managing today. Where we will discuss on management in today's market, the new concepts, the basics, and real world examples. I am Bahaki, this is the Quirkies, and let's jump into it. First things first, let's just understand first what is an organization and what characteristics do organizations share. Okay, to start off, an organization is a structured group of people working together to achieve a common goal. Characteristics that organizations share are goals, which is the vision and mission of the organization. Next is the people. Organizations need a group of people to be an organization. It is not an organization if it's just one person running it. And lastly is the structure of the organization. There are different structures for organizations, but in general, organizations all have structure, usually seen as the hierarchy of the organization. There's a saying that roles define the manager. Let's go discuss what managers actually do. Let's start off with managers are essential to an organization as they fulfill various key roles that contribute to its efficiency and success. I will start off with the three approaches, and this includes the four functions approach, or POLC. It consists of firstly planning, which is defining goals and establishing strategy. The next one is organizing, where they determine what needs to be done, how it will be done, and who is to do it. Next one is leading, where managers direct and coordinate the work activities of organization people. And lastly is controlling, which they monitor activities to ensure that they are accomplished as planned. Besides that, the second approach would be the roles approach, which include interpersonal role, like person-to-person communication. They're the one who talk to people. The next one would be informational role, which managers as the person who informs. And lastly is the decision-making role, which they make decisions. Lastly, it will be the skills approach that consists of conceptual skills, which is understanding the job itself, interpersonal skills, how to communicate, technical skills, knowing how to use the tools and processes, and lastly, the political skills, which is who they make connections with. Let's discuss in today's environment which is more important to organizations between efficiency or effectiveness. Okay, let's start off with the definition. So efficiency refers to doing things in the most economical way possible. It's about using the least amount of resources to achieve a desired outcome. On the other hand, effectiveness is about doing the right things to achieve the desired goals. It focuses on the extent to which objectives are achieved and the degree to which targeted problems are solved. Let's get into the question. In today's environment, which is better? Well, nowadays, effectiveness is the better choice due to the fact that now competition is very, very fierce. Entrepreneurship rates are at an all-time high, thus competition is a lot more fierce. By using the global entrepreneurship statistics, it shows that in the last 3 years, just 3 years ago, there are over 30 million new businesses being built, and this is during the COVID, which shows a very crazy statistics. Consumers now focus on the quality and the price of the products. Saving costs by reduction of quality of product or service just doesn't cut it anymore in today's market. There are too many options for them to choose. As I mentioned before, there are two different types of organizations. There's profit and non-profit. So what exactly are the difference in their managerial functions? Let's discuss. Let's start off with what is for-profit organization. It is an entity that operates with the primary goal of earning profit. Non-profit organization, on the other hand, is an entity that operates to fulfill a specific mission or cause rather than profit. Alright, let's go start with the differences. So, using the four functions approach, firstly we start with planning. In for-profit organizations, planning is geared toward profit maximization, growth, and market share. Managers develop strategies to increase revenue, reduce costs, and gain competitive advantage in order to outpace the organization's competitors. In not-for-profit organizations, planning focuses on fulfilling the organization's mission, whether that be charitable, educational, or social. The goal is not profit, but rather to maximize impact and resource allocation towards social activities. Alright, number 2 is organizing. Is for-profit organizations. Organizing involves restructuring the company to maximize efficiency, productivity, and profitability. The organizational structure may be hierarchical, as it supports business functions like marketing, sales, and product development. In non-for-profit organizations, organizing typically involves allocating resources, which may be more limited towards the delivery of service. The structure may prioritize volunteer coordination, donor management, and program delivery. For leading, for-profit managers lead with a focus on motivating employees to achieve business targets such as sales or production goals while maintaining profitability. In non-for-profit managers, they often lead with an emphasis on mission-driven leadership, motivating employees and volunteers through the organization's cause or purpose rather than financial incentives. Lastly is for controlling. For-profit organizations control their operations by tracking financial performance such as profits and loss while ensuring that the company meets its profit targets. And in non-for-profit organization, controlling often involves ensuring that funds are used efficiently and in accordance with donor requirements or grant stipulations. Measuring success often includes evaluating social impact or community outcomes, not just financial results. Now let's discuss the real-world example of the 4 functions of management through this article on how Apple is organized for innovation from Harvard's Business Review. A real-life example I will take is Apple Incorporated. They exemplify the 4 functions of management through this article, How Apple is Organized for Innovation by Harvard Business Review. So let's start off with the first function, which is planning. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, he planned a major restructuring of the company. He shifted from a conventional business unit structure to a functional organization. This strategic planning aimed to foster innovation by aligning decision rights with expertise, ensuring that those with the most knowledge in the domain make the key decisions. The next one is organizing, where Apple's functional organization means that senior vice presidents are in charge of functions like design, engineering, and marketing, rather than the product lines of Apple. This structure allows for deep specialization and efficient resource allocation, ensuring that each function operates at its highest potential. For leading, Apple's leadership model emphasizes experts leading experts, where managers at Apple are expected to have deep expertise in their areas, allowing them to engage meaningfully in the work being done. This leadership style fosters a culture of innovation and excellence, as leaders can provide better guidance and mentorship. And lastly is controlling. Apple uses performance evaluations and quality control processes to ensure that its operations align with strategic goals. For instance, the company's commitment to continuous innovation is reflected in its rigorous standards for product features, such as the iPhone camera, which undergoes extensive testing and refinement to meet high-quality benchmarks. Have you ever wondered how billion-dollar companies manage their organization, employees, the managers? Here I have 2 companies, Walmart and Spotify, so that we can discuss about it. I have the case study here from this book, Fundamentals of Management by Stephen P. Robbins, the 11th edition. So I will continue on to the video. Let's start off with a brief rundown on Walmart. Let's look at the statistics. Walmart made $485.3 billion in revenue and profited $13.6 billion. With over 11,700 locations in over 28 countries and having 2.3 million associates globally, Walmart has also positioned themselves as the US largest private employer, thus putting them under scrutiny for employee benefits such as pay wages and training. Goes to show that managers of the lower level employees are facing a challenge due to the sheer amount of employees in Walmart. So how does Walmart train their employees? Well, they implemented the Walmart Academy training program. They have over 100 Walmart academies across the US and over 150,000 store supervisors and department managers trained since 2016. The academy training covers advanced retail skills such as inventory management and managerial skills like communication and motivation. In addition, Walmart invested $2.7 billion in employee training and wage increases, emphasizing the importance of workforce development. Walmart believes in cultivating a well-trained and engaged workforce to enhance in-store customer experiences in response to the growing competition from online retailers like Amazon. Companies like eBay and Amazon and the Chinese market like Temu and Alibaba all have online platforms. How does Walmart would compete against these online platforms? Well, as I've mentioned before, they use engaging customer service and customer engaging experience for the customers that walk into the store. So whichever employees they meet, they always will be greeted with something nice. And also they even have their own online platforms. They can order, you can pick it up, they can also deliver through third-party apps also. How about managers in the general sense? Is Walmart's effort worth it? Well, to answer that, let's look at the frightening statistics on managers in general, where 26% of managers feels unprepared, 58% receive no training, and 48% failing in their transition. Safe to say, Walmart's efforts seem to combat the less than ideal statistics on lower level managers, thus giving them a competitive advantage.
So we all love listening to music, like who even hates music, right? But when it comes to music, we all know the existence of Spotify. But do you ever know how does this green app exist? Okay, I know you all hate history, but let me take you to the land of the past. So now I'm going to talk about the Spotify, a brief summary of the company and the management. So let's take a quick journey back to the early 2000s, where the file sharing websites like Napster and LimeWire were popular. These platforms allow people to download music for free, but come with serious downsides. Copyright issues meant artists aren't getting paid, there were risks of malware, and the music quality was often low. As a result, there was a clear need for a legal and high-quality alternative for enjoying music. Fast forward to 2006 in Sweden, where Daniel Ek and Martin Lorentzon founded Spotify. They launched the platform in 2008 as a legal streaming service that gave users access to millions of songs instantly. Unlike file sharing sites, Spotify offered both free and premium options, allowing everyone to listen to high-quality music legally. And with its personalized playlists and recommendation algorithm, Spotify quickly became a favorite way for people to discover new music. Now, Spotify's success isn't just about the technology or the vast music library. It is also about the way they are organized. Okay, so do you know the Spotify organizational structure don't actually work the traditional way? You know, like the boring top managers, middle managers and stuff. But instead, they have divided their organizational structure into 4 main groups. I know, like what does that even mean? Okay, wait, I'll explain more in the video later. Spotify organizational structure is pretty unique, and it's often called the Spotify model. It's built to keep the company fast, innovative, and collaborative, and it does by organizing people into 4 main groups, which is squads, tribes, chapters, and guilds. The first group is the squads, where it functions like small startups focused on long-term missions to improve specific areas of Spotify. They are autonomous but led by a product owner for prioritization. So for example, like creating a feature or improving a part of the app, they have a lot of independence, which help them to make quick decisions and stay creative. The next one is the tribes, which is the multiple squads working on a related projects come together into a tribe. So a tribe is separated into different job scopes and aspects. Tribes help squads stay aligned and connected to the bigger picture. Without losing their autonomy, each tribe has a leader to keep things organized and on track. So the tribes are divided into 2. There are web-based service and also mobile app tribe. So it allows the autonomous and collaborative working condition for fast decision making. So the next one is the chapter. Chapters bring together employees with similar skills across squads, providing a management structure for employee development, pay, and career progression. So this group of people, they have similar skills, like all the developers and designers across different squads. They make sure that everyone is following the same standard and can learn from each other, keeping technical quality high. And the last one is the guilds. The guilds allow cross-tribe collaboration on projects of shared interest, functioning autonomously without formal management. So it's basically an informal communities based on shared interests. So if someone is interested in topics like AI or design, for example, they can join a guild with others who share the passion regardless of their team or role, Gits allow people to share knowledge across the whole company, which encourage ongoing learning and innovation. So altogether, this structure gives Spotify a lot of flexibility and helps them to stay creative, fast, and efficient, while everyone still works towards the common goal.
Greetings, my name is Nur Fikri bin Muhammad Nahruddin and my matrix number is 2311812, and today my group and I will be presenting about managing today. I will proceed with the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Nur Alisa binti Rusli. My matric number is 2400489 and I will be discussing the first two questions today. So, the first one is, why would a company want employees in lower level management positions to be more successful in their careers? Well, firstly, well-trained managers can create a more positive and supportive work environment, boosting employee morale and job satisfaction. When employees feel valued and have opportunities for growth, they are less likely to seek employment elsewhere, which turnover can be reduced here. Also, engaged employees are more productive and committed to their work, leading to higher output and efficiency. Moreover, by investing in training, it can enhance customer experience because effective leadership by trained managers can effectively lead their teams to provide exceptional customer service, increasing customer satisfaction and loyalty. Well-trained workforce can ensure a consistent brand experience across all stores and reinforcing the company's brand image. This superior customer experience can differentiate Walmart from their competitors and attract more customers. And last but not least, lower level management training is succession planning for developing future leaders. It is a pipeline of future leaders for the company because by having a strong pool of skilled managers, this can help mitigate the risks associated with leadership turnover. So, moving on to the second question, which is what benefits and challenges do you see to a training program such as this? Well, starting off with the benefits. First of all, employees gain valuable skills and knowledge, making them more competent and confident in their roles. It also improves the performance of the company because better trained employees can perform their jobs more effectively, leading to higher productivity and quality. And they also enhance career opportunities where it opens up new career paths for employees, motivating them to stay with the company and making them having the opportunities to explore their opportunities with the company. And now on to the next part. There are also challenges for a training program like this. Training programs can be expensive, especially if they involve significant time and resources. And time commitment is also a challenge, as employees and managers may need to dedicate significant time of training, which can disrupt daily operations. And it also can be difficult to quantify the exact return on investment of a training program, as the benefits may be long-term and intangible. However, to overcome these challenges, companies can implement two things. Well, the first one is tailored training, which is design training programs that are specific to the needs of individual needs and teams. And the second one is continuous evaluation, where the company needs to make regular assessment of the effectiveness of the training program and make necessary adjustments. So I hope what I have discussed here gives a little bit insights of the case study, and I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, I will be presenting about the next two questions. Now, what additional managerial topics that might you suggest to be covered in the Walmart training program? Think in terms of the three ways to look at what managers do. And so at first, we have interpersonal roles. One suggestion I can give is effective communication. Managers need to be skilled in speaking directly, clearly, and confidently so the employees and customers understand what's going on and being said without confusion. This includes training on using positive body language, being conscious, and choosing words carefully. Active listening is equally important. It involves fully focusing on the person speaking and understanding their message, responding thoroughly, and remembering the details. This practice helps to build a stronger relationship with the customers and build a customer loyalty, and while also maintaining a good relationship with your employees. Next, we have informational roles. One suggestion is information sharing. Managers often need to assign tasks to their team, and simply telling someone what to do isn't enough. Effective delegation means choosing the right person for the right job and being able to do it with effectiveness. This will make jobs or tasks done effectively and efficiently, as the person is very skilled in the given task. Next, we have a decisional role. For decisional role, there is problem solving. Retail environments are fast-paced and can be changed quickly. So it's essential for managers to know how to handle unexpected changes that can occur out of the blue. Problem-solving training can teach managers how to improve issues methodically, first by identifying the problem, then considering various solutions to solve it. For example, if a team member calls in sick unexpectedly, a manager needs to quickly think of a way, such as rearranging a task to another person, ensuring that everything runs smoothly without any problems. Now, I will move on to the next question. Many college graduates are reluctant to pursue a career in retail organization and at the world's largest. Discuss how a company like Walmart could attract talented graduates. Now, first is career development. Structured career pathways. Such as Walmart could highlight structured career development paths, showing how retail roles and lead to high-level corporate positions or specialized functions. Graduate development programs with rotations across departments would allow new hires and experience multiple aspects of the business. Second is focus on innovation. The company should emphasize technology and data analytics. As Walmart invests in digital transformation, it could appeal to graduates' interest in tech by showcasing roles in e-commerce, data analytics, supply chain tech, and artificial intelligence, all commonly known as AI. Third is social responsibility. Highlight social impact and sustainability efforts. Many graduates prioritize working for companies that align with their values. Walmart could spotlight its sustainability goals, community outreach programs, and diversity and inclusion efforts to attract socially conscious talent. This way, young graduates are more comfortable to be working in that company. And finally is job flexibility. Promote work-life balance and flexibility, offering flexibility schedules, hybrid work options where possible, and generous leave policies can help elevate the perceptions that retail jobs requires grueling hours and little personal time. Like I said before, this can make young graduates more comfortable and willing to work at that company, feeling more freedom and in a more healthy environment. That's all from me. I will continue with the next presenter.
So I will be presenting question 114. Does an organization have an ethical responsibility to assist new managers transitioning into their positions? Well, yes, the short answer is yes. Why is that? Firstly, my point is impact on employees and workplace culture, where new managers can significantly influence the team morale, engagement, and productivity. When organizations provide support and training during this transition, they help ensure that managers can lead effectively. A well-supported manager can foster a positive work environment, which ultimately benefits all employees. Conversely, unprepared managers can lead to frustration, low morale, and high turnover rates among their teams. Why is that? Well, because if the managers are unprepared, they do not do their job properly, and then that just makes the team a whole lot worse. A leader is the head of the team, so they are the important people in the team. They have to be the one that is the most able, skilled to manage the team. So the second point is commitment to employee development. Organizations that prioritize employee development demonstrate a commitment to their workforce. Providing training for new managers not only equips them with the necessary skills, but also shows that the organization values its employees' growth. This investment can lead to greater loyalty and retention among employees, as they see that the organization cares about their career progression. So the third point is the ethical leadership. Ethical leadership involves standards for how employees are treated. By investing in the transition of new managers, organizations promote ethical practices that include fairness, respect, and support. This aligns with the broader ethical principles of responsibility and accountability, in reinforcing a culture where leaders are expected to lead with competence and compassion. And then my last point is the organizational effectiveness. Alright, so this one is training new managers can enhance overall organizational effectiveness. Well-trained managers are more likely to make informed decisions, improve team performance, and effectively handle conflicts. This can lead to better operational outcomes, customer satisfaction, and financial performance. Well, from an ethical standpoint, organizations should strive to maximize their effectiveness not just for profit, but also for the well-being for their employees and stakeholders. If your employees are happy working with the management, no one is complaining, everyone is just perfectly doing well, everyone loves the management, no one's going to complain, and no one's going to have a bad day. So thus leading to like a very positive workplace environment. Everyone is fine, everyone is doing their work effectively, efficiently, and everyone is keeping their well-being at a very high status. So that's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi everyone, my name is Anissa Sofia, and now I'm going to talk about the case application Managing Without Managers for Spotify. So let's move on to the next slide, which is the first discussion questions. So the question is, who undertakes management at Spotify? And my answer would be everyone. Now, why do I say everyone, you might ask? So in Spotify, just like any other tech company, they has a flat organizational structure. Flat organizational structure is a structure where company has little to no middle management layers between employees and leadership, which means that employees have similar levels of authority, power, and can communicate directly with higher level managers. Okay, with that being said, so let's move on to the next slide. So this will be the organizational structure in Spotify. There are 4 structures. The first one is squads. Squads is a small cross-functional teams that works just like a mini startup, focused on a specific feature or project. So each squad is self-organized and they has freedom to make decisions. The next is tribes. Tribes is a group of squads working on a similar project, usually bigger project than the one that they work in squads. So in tribes, they keep communication strong, ensuring that every team aligns their goals. And the third one is chapters. Chapters is actually a group within each tribe that brings together people with similar skills like engineering or design to share knowledge and develop expertise. So basically, the employees can learn all the skills that the team have between each other. And last but not least is guilds. So guilds is a larger communities across the organization for people with similar interests like tech or design, again, to share best practices and new ideas. So in guilds, basically, it is more towards like informal communities based on shared interests. So if someone is interested in topics like AI and design, for example, they can join a guild with others who share the same passion. Regardless of their team or role, guilds allow people to share knowledge across the whole company, which encourages ongoing learning and innovation. Now let's move on to the next question. There will be 2 questions for this part. The question is, how might Spotify manage poorly performing individuals or teams? Do you think this could be a problem at Spotify? Why or why not? So to answer the first question, Spotify has a performance development approach that combines 2 things. The first one is looking at the performance to understand what is needed for the company to reach the goals. The second one is development of their employees. So in Spotify HR team, they don't really have any rigid reporting or complex systems. Instead, they will recommend a performance development cycle that spans over a year. So in this performance development cycle, they will provide training and tools to make sure that employees are able to perform. So with that being said, that leads to the next slide, which is the 4 pillars of performance and development approach by Spotify. So the first approach is the continuous planning and one-to-one. It's basically a one-to-one meeting between managers and employees. This is the most important pillar of the Spotify's performance development approach. Spotify believes that everything to be developed revolves around great conversation. There will be no fixed schedule or agenda. It is all based on the employee and manager to decide on the meeting time and frequency of the meeting. Spotify will also provide checklists of key topics to talk about throughout the discussion. The second one is the development talks. Spotify recommend 2 development talks per year for a more in-depth talk focusing on growth and mastery. The purpose of these development talks is to match the company needs with the employees' long-term ambition. Every employee lead their own development talks. So in the talk, they will review the past performance and also focus on the potential. The third one is the talent snapshot. The talent snapshot helps managers see where their team members stand in their performance development journey and also provide a snapshot, like a review, the team's current strength, weaknesses and performance. They do this to identify both the obvious and the hidden talent in the company and unleash all potential. And lastly is the compensation review. Compensation review are handled separately. So Spotify use a pay for performance that links to performance evaluation to compensation. So by the review time, every employee should already be clear on their performance standing. The second question for this part is, do you think this could be a problem at Spotify? Why or why not? So based on explanation previously, I would say no. Why? So this will be the contributing factors to support my answer. The first one is strong culture feedback. Spotify emphasizes on continuous dialogue and development talks, foster an environment where employees can feel comfortable discussing performance. This openness can lead to an early identification and resolution of issues. The second one is proactive support. Spotify provides enough resources such as coaching and training to ensure that the employees have the tools they need to improve. So this proactive approach can help performers grow rather than linger in mediocrity. And the last but not least is clear performance criteria. By having an established success criteria focusing on mastery, achievement and behavior, employees have a clear understanding of expectations, and this clarity can motivate individuals to strive for improvement and success. That is all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Alright, moving on to the next question. Are there any similarities to traditional management at Spotify? The answer is yes. There are 5 major similarities at Spotify with the traditional management practice. So first one is the department structure. Spotify did have a lot of departments that they actually matched the similar skills employees together as a team to have a clearer lines of responsibility. And the second, teamwork. Teamwork is a crucial element for aligning the collective goals and also achieving the collective goals together as a team. And Spotify has ensuring the collaboration between the teams and tribes so that they could align the goals and work towards the same direction. Third one is the role mirror. So in this case, Spotify has assigned a respective manager to all the teams so that they could prioritize the task and also ensures the goal alignment between the team members, and they could focus on the staff personal growth and evaluation. The fourth, performance oversight. So each manager that responsible for each team, they would oversee the employee performance monthly through monthly evaluation or the monthly report of the employee's performance so that they could manage and control the effort and direction of the team to ensure the goal is achieved. Lastly, the goal alignment. Each manager of the respective team has to attend a monthly or weekly meeting with the board of directors to discuss their following direction and effort to ensure the collective goals is aligned and they could work towards the same direction. Moving on to the following question, do you think that this approach to management would be effective at another company? In our opinion, we think that the answer is a yes. There are several reasons for fitting the management approach of Spotify to another company, such as the Slack technologies. First, the high-skilled workforce thrive on self-discipline and the collaborative skills, and this is essential for the success of the autonomy squads. Secondly, Slack's technology are in the similar industry with Spotify, which is the technology industry. They are living in the same fast-paced environment which requires a quick adaptation to the market. The third reason is collaborative focus. Slack technologies are focusing on the communication and collaborative skill, which could relatively enhancing the product development and also the responsiveness to the consumer needs. The following reason, innovation culture. Slack technologies are enhancing the culture of innovation and also employee empowerment, which is aligned well with the culture of creativity and also the autonomy of the Spotify. Therefore, the management approach of Spotify must be also useful to the Slack Technologies company. Lastly, the cross-functional collaboration. While Slack technologies are growing quickly, they are still promoting the cross-functional collaboration between teams and squads to ensure they are moving towards the same direction to achieve the common goals. That's all from me for these 2 questions.
Hello everyone. By the way, that is the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a comment for any further questions. So I will see you soon.